Hey guys, in this video we will learn about our first JavaScript project. As I announced it, in next 30 days we will make 30 JavaScript or we can say professional JavaScript project. Yes, all will be the professional, means we will learn a lot. It does not have look like a very basics or like we need to add the two number, not like a way. We will do complex thing. It should be challengeable. Like for example, so this is our first project and over here we need to be daily to do. Okay, definitely we saw so many to do list also, and every program we have Angular, React, and so many to do list we saw it or we made it also. But over here I added actually few more extra thing, and this is completely JavaScript, guys. There is no jQuery, no Angular, no React, nothing. Plain JavaScript, plain CSS, plain JavaScript, plain HTML. Everything is vanilla. Okay, and here, I suppose I write down study JavaScript 2015. And this is ECMAScript 6, by the way. And suppose I'm adding, this is my personal project, and this is medium, this is the, we can give the priority, this is the category. And over here also I can say this is, I already done it, this is daily task, but I didn't mention it in the list, but I will do in the future. Simply add it and I will get this. And this is coming green just because of this is medium, and this should be clear also. That is good thing. Plus guys, over here I added local storage also, means if I refresh it also, if I come tomorrow, these tasks will be remain there. Suppose I delete manually, then only it will delete, otherwise it will remain there. So whichever the state I left it, this project, it will be remain there. Over here I can just mark as a completed, so this will be also marked as a completed. Here I can delete any item, and yes, this is also we can filter it. Suppose I want to filter on the pieces of work, personal, and the shopping. Okay, same thing over here also. Suppose I have work, or I can say personal, or personal does not have, we'll say all priorities, and suppose work and high priorities, these are the high priority. Medium is, these are the medium. Okay, so like we can make it. Over here guys, we can extend it few more things also. Like for example, before deleting I can ask it also confirmations. I can show the date and time also. Okay, which date we will actually just take this at to do's also, or we can show some current date and time is running also. But I made this much so that the video won't become so lengthy, and we will learn these basic things over here. Because if I'll make it the confirmation box or something through the JavaScript also, that could possible. But in the future we will make it our own dialog, and there we will write down something. So definitely this is our first project, so I just added actually this much, but we have the scope, we can add it also. And similar to this one, in next project we will add a few more challenging thing, and we'll do the real kind of, we will do all the things is a real problem, means whatever we are developing every day, the similar kind of project I will add it, so that our skill will improve, we will get a confidence. That is actually our main aim, is to at least the front end or JavaScript we will understand and we are capable to do. So this is our first day challenge. Okay, so let's start the coding, guys. So over here I made 3 files. One is HTML, one is JavaScript, and one is CSS. Okay, I'm using Visual Studio Code, and simple browser we require. These are the prerequisite. Here I'm writing on HTML5. And this is a snippet, or you can say the template, that in Visual Studio Code we can get if you write down HTML only. Okay. Like suppose I'm writing HTML and hit enter, I will get this one. I need to add the style. Right now it does not have anything, all are the blank. So to add this one, I need to add the link, relative, definitely, and over here I will pass the style. That's it. Similarly, I can add the script. I want to add in the last of the, or you can say just before the closing of the body. Why? Because I want first HTML should be loaded and CSS should be loaded, then JavaScript should become, because whatever the JavaScript functionality we want on the top of the HTML. So we will add it over here. So yeah, we can add it this one also, and source inside in it I can add simply script. Yes, this is fine, and just close it. Okay, so this is done. Now over here we need to design our layout. Okay, the HTML, how is the look and feel should become. HTML is simple HTML. We will use the normal text box, and we will use the normal drop down and the button and the check. So these things we have, right, as we cite. So we need to make this one. First we will make this one. First we'll write down heading, then we will make this one, and then we will make this section. This is completely dynamic, means on the basis of how many tasks we have, according to that it will come. So I'm just adding the first container, so everything we will actually put inside it. So this is the container, and all the CSS we will put it over here. CSS is totally plain CSS. I'm just copy pasting. You guys can do also the same thing. I'll share the GitHub link in the description of the video. You can download the source code from there for reference purpose. CSS is the plain CSS. So this CSS is very simple, like the body tag, we can give the font or such a thing. This is container. There also we have h1 tag, to-dos form, all other thing. Mostly I'm using all other IDs because IDs is very easy to access into JavaScript part. But we can change it also, anything if you wanted to change, we can change it also. So this you guys can go through. If you have any challenge or anything you will want to understand, please write down the comment. I will. Next thing over here, we need to make one heading, and this is our heading. Now we need to make a form tag, and this is our form tag. Form tag also I'm putting some ID because I want to submit the complete form. This is our to-do form. In the form, we will actually put one text box because we wanted to take the user as an input. And here also I'm putting one ID. So this ID actually we will use into HTML. How we will use in HTML this IDs? We will use the document.getElement by ID, like away. Okay, we'll use it. So we will use later on. So this is now simple thing, text box. This is placeholder. And this is required is we wanted to make required. This is HTML validations. Okay. Here I'm adding the one drop down. Drop down means select and options. These are the select and these are off. So this is category select and this is the work and personal. We have 3 options we will get. Drop down. This is another drop down. Beside of the drop down we have one checkbox and this is the checkbox. Okay, checkbox we are putting in the label so that actually beside of this checkbox I can show the label also. And definitely we should have one button also. So guys, this much we need to do and we are getting one warning or error. It's saying we should have accessibility. Due to the Axe form we have that is supported by Visual Studio or the Edge. So we should be write down over here label. Here I'm writing down area label. Area label. We can write down the manual label or area label to resolve the accessibility. Here I'm writing down this category options or category list. So now error resolved. So similarly I can write down over here also. Okay. So this is done. We can just simply go right click over here and open with live server or either the open with as. So you guys can download the extension from there. Live server you can search, you can install and after that you will get this option also. So this is our program. So this much we develop it. Let me put it actually both the things side by side. Okay. So now next thing is we need to put below this form we have the 2 drop down also and that we call filter. So this is close over here and below of this one we want. So I'll make it filter. Filter is the div, there we have the 2 drop down options and these are the 2 drop down options. Okay. Over here the one thing is we have all category and all priorities. Rest everything is whatever we have, this is the same and this is also same. Here also we can write down area label. And that is we called category filter. Same thing we can do the below one also. Okay, so this much design we done. Now we want the below result and below result I told you we will make it as a dynamic. So to make the dynamic we require one container or the placeholder. There we will place our actually code. Okay, and this is my placeholder. Inside it we will make all the to-dos. Okay, after this one we need to write down everything into script tag. So in the JavaScript, whenever we will load any HTML file, the browser will create a DOM object, DOM. Definitely we heard about it. DOM means document object model. The meaning of the document object model is whatever the JavaScript is running this HTML, when we run it, behind the scene it will create a DOM for us. DOM means actually that we can easily access into JavaScript. Okay, and DOM is actually look like as a tree. Inside it we have the so many branches. Means we have DOM inside it, we have body tag inside it, we have the like whatever we made it. Like container, form, filter, inside the filter we have select like it. So JavaScript we will write down inside in it when the DOM content is loaded successfully. Because for precautions, might be possible the DOM won't be loaded and we will try to access this button or anything in our JavaScript code that might be break. For already we done it, this precautions we are writing down JavaScript below. Definitely JavaScript should be below. Even you guys can notice in your Angular or React code, all the JavaScript you will find out the below of the body tag. Because we want first DOM should be loaded. DOM means this HTML should be prepared on browser. Then after that we'll do something. And that thing also we can handle through JavaScript also. In JavaScript, if I need to register any event on any element, I will use the one of the method is add event listener. Suppose I wanted to be registered an event on document. Add event listener. And here, this is my event name. What we wanted to do on this event, I will write down the functionality over here. So this is the functionality. On this event, when this event will be occurred, then this functionality I wanted to be accessed. Then this function will be executed. Inside it, I will write down some logic. Logic is simple. First, suppose I wanted to get all the element. So over here, we can see this is supposed to do form. I wanted to get this one. So I will write down to do form equal to document dot get element by id, meaning is I'm just wanted to get the id of that particular. From this id I wanted to get this particular element, or this is id, and we will get it. So this form, or I can say this form, I will get it inside this variable. Similar way, if you guys will see, I put it everywhere, the IDs, ID, and inside int also we have so many IDs. So all these things we can access into JavaScript. So let's access it. So I'm just doing the copy paste over here. Alright, so this much we done. Another thing, as I told you, we will use it local storage. So first we will check, do we have something in the local storage? Yeah, already existing might be. So first we will check, first we will read the local storage. To read the local storage, and one more thing, in local storage everything we will get into string format. So first we will read it. So let to-dos local storage dot get item, and this is suppose I wanted to get it. So whatever I will get it, I will get into string format. You can say string and null. So it could possible null also. That is a problem for us. So what we will do, we will say JSON dot parse. We will convert into the JavaScript object. So JSON.parse string to JavaScript, and the chances of that, if it is null, then we wanted to, for precautions, we will write down this one also. If this is null, the value will become blank array inside this to do. So this must be done. So if we have some to do's, we will get it into over here. If it does not have, it will get the blank array. Okay. Next thing is we need to write down event on these things, on the button also. So first we will write down the event on the button. So simple. So write down the button event is, first I will get the form. So this is my form. I wanted to submit the form. So the registered event submit form. So I will write down submit. If the form will be submitted at the time I wanted to execute, this is the functions. This is the function. Okay. And one more thing. Okay, I don't want all these things. This is fine. And this is also, we'll write down event. Okay. Meaning of this line is, when I will submit this form, I don't want my complete form should not be passed back. Because if I submit it without this line, it could possible my page will be refreshed. To resolve this error, I will just simply saying prevent default. Prevent whatever the behavior of the submit button, it should be default. It should be restrict. I am just preventing it. Another thing, whatever that this is nothing, this is this one, input box. In this input box, whatever I will get, I will receive it, and definitely we should trim it also. Possible might be I will just put it a space or something. So I'm just wanted to be trimmed. So over here, we will check to do text. Guys, we are not showing over here any validations, but yes, we can add on it, and we can write down some validations if the user click on this one, or either we can disable if you will write down the valid thing. Here I'm right now doing it actually first default, and this is also first default, but these things we can validate. So I'm not writing down any validation and not showing any message because our video will become lengthy, but we can add, and so that I'm just checking it over here. To-do list text should be there. Okay, and after that, if the to-do text is there, then I will push in this array these to-dos object. So these are the objects. So inside it, we will actually push this to-do text. That should be goes to as a part of the text, like away. And after that, yes, these are the properties. Categories that will become from this one. Okay, and priorities that should become this one. This is drop down, and this is a checkbox checked value. So these are the things we are pushing it. Definitely after the pushing this one, so we should be save the local storage again, right? Because again we will come back on this page, we will refresh, so we'll get all the to-dos list. So to saving it, I need to write down. Yes, this is what we will save it actually number of the time. So I will write down a separate function. So the functions, and this should be save to-dos. Over here we will write down this is correct. So whatever the to-dos we have, we will save it, and this key should be remain same. Okay, so this is the key. If we want to put it in a constant, we can write down. So local storage key, or to-dos key we can say, or local storage key we can say. I'm putting it over here, or better to will say to-dos key. To-dos key. This key we'll use it over here and here. These are the two places. Now this one, the save to-dos, we will call after the push. Okay. One more thing after the save. After the clicking on the save or submit the form, we should clear the text box also. To clear the text box, we need to write down value should be empty. After this, we can, this checkbox also we can make unchecked, and this is checkbox, and we should write down false over here. So this much we done. Okay, so let's test it, guys. So for testing purpose, I'm just actually opening the local store. This is the local store. Okay, these are the earlier I tested it, but this is the things we have, or even we can clean it also. So let me delete and let it be this one there only. So over here we'll write down suppose JavaScript learn and click submit. Yes, we got it. This is this one actually. When I refresh it, so that goes as a part of the memory, so that's why it's combining it over here. So I will just click it add, and this is adding over here. That is a good part. This is local storage is working. Okay, this much we did. So render it. Let's make a new functions render to do. Okay, so here we need to make a dynamic thing, and this is the place we will write down our to do. Okay, so what we will do first, we will actually clear the to-dos list. Okay, whatever the to-dos list existing we have, we should clear it also. We will play in inner HTML property. Inner HTML is the property of any HTML element can possible. So there we can write down if you want to be insert some HTML, or you can say HTML as a part of the string, we can push it. One more thing, guys, this is just for demo purpose, so we can push it, but generally in the real program we should not push it so much thing, because this could be the security issues also, so we should avoid it. If you wanted to push it in the real project and such a thing, so we can push it some simple text or simple thing, but last thing, if you need to push, we should create the element. Okay, and document.create element, we can create it also. So I'm just writing down clear the inner HTML if existing we have on this calling of this function, and this function I should call it over here. Okay, next thing is, we know that we already have some to do, so we will run the loop on it. For each one by one to do we'll get, and here we'll write down the logic. Okay, over here we will write down to do's and index. Okay, now we need to make three things. Okay, as I showed you the diagram, we need to make first the checkbox, then the text of the to-dos, and in the last the delete button. Okay, so first in this UL we should have some li also. So I'm just creating over here li constant li equal to document.create element, right? This is the way we can create it. This is the right way to generate an element. Okay, if you wanted to do. Another thing is, right now after creating it, I'm just pushing multiple things over here, and here we'll push it. So the first thing is we need to push the checkbox. So I'm making simple checkbox. So here I'm making simple checkbox. Second thing is we should be write down the text. So text I'm putting into span tag. So yes, this is also correct, and this is the text. So whatever we are pushing, this text will be goes to the. After that we should be push a delete button. Okay, so we'll write down button, and the button text should be delete, and okay, I'm saving it. After this, the final thing is whatever the li we made it, this is custom element. Even this things is right now in the memory only, but we need to add these things into to-do list. So over there we should be appended. So what we will do, one by one we are preparing over here, and we will add to-do list dot append child. Okay, that's it, guys. That's it. So now let's test it. I'll refresh it. Okay, so I refresh it, I won't be get anything, because I wrote down the render to do's only will work when actually I will submit the form. Or we can do this one, or we can call this render to do's into on page load also. So let me call on the page load over here. Now I'm saving it, and now we can see we got it. Right, definitely the style is not there, but at least we got some data what we earlier actually save into local storage. Okay, so now let's do some styling. So now over here on li, I'm actually writing down class name. Okay, class name very much used into React.js, guys, and class name is the JavaScript property of element of, you can say, HTML element, and that's the React also using the same properties. So not using the class, because class is the reserve keyword. So over here also we are using class. So here I'm just adding the one properties, and this is actually I'm using template literal, guys, because we could be possible we need to go to the different lines like I did it exactly, or it's very easy to, if I need to concatenations between the two string. Okay, so to do item we should be making it over here. Let's save it. Yeah, it's look good. That's nice. Now better than the previous one, but we should be add actually some more CSS according to category wise, according to priority wise, we should be write down some background or some color. Okay, to write down this color and such a thing, so we should be write down this way, and like to do dot category. This is our category, and let's save it. Yes, we got a color. That is also good part. After that, we should be write down similar to that. We can write down priority also, space priorities. Yes, we got a background color also. That is good thing. If one more thing, if you wanted to write down completed, so that is also we can cover it over here. So this is the CSS for completed, guys. So if status is completed, that we mark as a completed, so we can write down completed class. That will gray out, look like this one, otherwise it will goes to the blank. So we can write down a little better way also, or this is also fine to just we are concatenation the string, or you can say we are just in string literal, we are just adding the string over. So this much we done. Okay, so submit button, render to dos, and all the variables we prepared it, and this is the reading the local storage, and this is the saving into locals. Okay, now the next thing is we should be these event, we need to play with it. So these are the drop down category filter and the priority filter. We'll copy and we will add event listener, we will register a listener, and event name is change. Here we'll write down the functions of category filter, and on the changes of this one also, suppose I wanted to be render the to dos only. Okay, because whatever the change will do, then on the basis of a render to dos function only will do, and in the render to do functions we will decide which category or which priority way I will write down. Similar to that, I will register an event for the priorities also. This is done. Okay, let's save it, and over here suppose I wanted to be select this one, nothing is happening. Why? Because this one over here we didn't write down any logic. Okay, so over here we need to decide constant, suppose filter to dos, and we need to write down to dos dot filter. Here we'll get one to do, here we will decide it. So we need to write down, yes, similar to this one, like category filter. This is the category filter. If the value is all, or either to do category has the equal value. Okay, if these are the condition is true, and we will write down one for priorities also, same conditions. This is for priorities also. So guys, what we did over here, we filtered it, the existing to dos. What we filtered it? If this value is all, then also we'll filter. That means we want to filter it exactly. We wanted to get it all the thing that is getting either the all or either the whatever the value. Okay, whichever the value we selected, that only to dos we will get it over here. This to do we'll use it over here. Okay, let's save it, and now let's refresh, and we'll select like work. Yes, this is working, personal is working, and shopping we does not have. That's great. So this is me done. Till here we done. So there we are filtering the to dos. Here we can write down the console also to track it also. Okay, what filtered to dos we will get it also. Okay, now, and another thing is, the thing is left is we didn't write down any logic. Once we clicked or once we delete, what happened, right? So over here we need to write down. So on clicking on the checkbox, and we need to be raise a event. So I can write down on change, and here we'll write down the functions toggle completed. Suppose we are marking the toggle completed. So which to dos we wanted to make a completed. So I will pass this index. So this index we already have, and we'll pass it over here. So this index will be goes as a part of string over here. Now we need to make these functions. Now this function will be available on Windows. Here we will receive the index, and this is the functions. Here what we want to do, we want it to be just toggle completed. So we'll say to dos, whichever the index we will get it, that whatever the basically if we have completed, we'll say incomplete, means we will just toggling it. If it is we have true, we will make the false. If we have false, we will make the true. Yes, that is also true. We should be save the data also again, and we need to be render the to dos also. Save the data means, guys, we need to save into local storage. Okay, so that once we will come back, we should be get the updated data. Render to do means again it will refresh and it will actually create the to dos for us. Here, from where we will get it? Here we will get the to-dos from the local storage again, right? So this is the way we'll get it. So this is the way we can actually play with it. So suppose example, this is the way, right? So this is actually working. Even this checkbox is not checked. Okay, so what we can do over here, checkbox checked or unchecked, we have checked attribute. So we can write down over here to do completed. If we have, then we'll say checked, otherwise we will say blank. So now if I'll check, now it's working well, right? So this much we're done. Similarly, we need to do the button also. So on button we will write down on click, and here is the functions, delete to do, and definitely here also we should be pass the index, because otherwise how we will identify which to do's we want to delete it. So I need to pass the index over here. Now this function also I need to be write down window dot to do over here, and this is also anonymous functions, or you can say function expressions. Here we'll receive the index. Okay, once we receive the index, so delete we can do two way, guys. One, either I can filter it or either I can use the splice. Okay, the splice also, on the basis of splice we can add or remove an element from the array. Filter means I will just filter it, that particular index or that particular element I don't want to receive it, and I will update the original array. So that is also possible. So right now I'm using just simply slice it. So slice, this is correct. Whatever the index we will get, we want it to be slice it, and we should save, and definitely we should be render it again. So this is we done. Now let's see. Suppose I wanted to delete the below one. Yes, this is working. So once we delete we should be save it also, because we wanted to update into local storage again, right? So local storage will update, and once we will come back and we will get the 3 only. So that's it, guys. This is our program is ready, right? We can test it. And over here, suppose I wanted to write down, like create notes, I want to write some notes, and I will just simply say medium and just simply say add task, and I get it right. And suppose, okay, shopping, I did it, okay, sorry. So I will just simply say grocery, okay, and shopping, and this is low priority, and I add it, and this is coming. That's great. Now suppose I wanted to be get the medium and high. This is high, I does not have. So high means exactly anything that is not coming in the red color, but I can make it also like JavaScript, that is work, and that is high, and I can edit high. This is coming red color. That is great. So that's it, guys. This is our project is ready. Okay, for this project source code I will share over the GitHub link, actually, as I told you, and you will get the GitHub link over in the video description also. Plus you guys can actually change the styling, you can make more beautiful also, it's up to you, and you can make it more creativity. You can add the, as I told you, you can on delete, you can ask the confirmations, and over here also we can put some validations, and we can show some date and time also, at what time the to-dos I created it. You can extend it also, right? So here I'm actually updating some style. You will get this updated style also, so you can get it through the GitHub. So I'm saving it, and now the look and feel little better over here, right? So now the button is better. We have underline, we have little shadows, we have container also, and this one is also good. So now you can just extend this project and just learn it. Try to make it this much, and or you can add the more functionality on it. Write down the comment properly, what is the reason why we are doing it also. Search it over the Google, what is the meaning of this one. If anything you didn't understand, please write down the comment. I will help out you. I will try to upload the 1 or 2 actually project in every week. You guys have to just follow it. This is first project, and next project also will become look like this one also, challenging. There we will learn a lot of new thing also. If you feel it, this video and the content is really meaningful, please like and subscribe it, and write down the comment if you have some suggestions. Thank you, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.